Over the past 11 trainings, we've explored the many dimensions of women's leadership, from building confidence and executive presence to navigating bias, leveraging emotional intelligence, and amplifying our personal brands. Now it's time to bring it all together. This final session is about moving from awareness to action. It's about translating your insights into a clear and intentional roadmap, one that not only supports your career advancement, but also strengthens your impact as a leader. Think of this as your capstone, the moment where you step back, look at the full picture, and commit to how you will rise, how you will lead, and how you will inspire moving forward. Welcome to Women Taking Action. By the end of this training, you'll be able to integrate key lessons from the Women's Leadership Training Series into a personalized leadership framework. You'll also identify and articulate immediate and long-term career goals that are aligned with your values and aspirations. You'll be developing a practical leadership roadmap that includes short-term actions from 30 to 90 days and then long-term strategies that are 3 to 5 years. We'll strengthen accountability and commitment by defining 3 personal leadership takeaways and pledges for action. And finally, we're going to celebrate progress and momentum while preparing to continue growth beyond this program. As we begin this final session, I want to invite you to pause and reflect on the journey you've been on throughout the Women's Leadership Series. Over the past 11 trainings, you've explored bias, emotional intelligence, confidence, presence, influence, and so much more. Today is about pulling all of that together into intentional action. So I'd like you to take a few moments and reflect, and you can jot down your answers to these. First, if you could describe your growth since training number 1 in 3 words, what would those words be? 2, what is one belief you've changed about yourself as a leader? And 3, which session had the biggest impact on you and why? Your answers are more than just reflections. They're evidence of your growth. The moments and lessons that stand out to you now are the building blocks of your personal leadership roadmap. Keep those things in mind because we're going to use those to map your immediate and long-term goals today. Now that you've begun reflecting on your journey, it's time to translate your growth into action. A roadmap gives you clarity, direction, and accountability. Without it, leadership development can stay as good intentions instead of becoming real progress. We'll build your roadmap together in 3 steps. First, we'll define your core values and strengths. Second, we'll identify your immediate goals. And third, we'll clarify your long-term vision. If you haven't already downloaded your free workbook, it's available at drjolenechurch.com/action. We're going to start with your core values and strengths. First, we'll define your core values. Write down your top 3 to 5 values that guide how you want to lead. These might be integrity, courage, collaboration, innovation, service. Next, list your top strengths, the qualities you lean on the most as a leader. These might include being a strategic thinker, an empathetic communicator, a problem solver, a relationship builder. These values and strengths are your foundation. They anchor your leadership identity, no matter what challenges or opportunities come your way. Next, we're going to look at your immediate goals. That's a 6 to 12-month time period. So think about the next year. What do you want to achieve or strengthen as a leader? Maybe you want to build confidence in your high-stakes presentations or expand your professional network. Maybe you want to add 3 new connections. How about seeking out a mentor or a sponsor or stepping into a visible leadership project? These immediate goals should be realistic but bold enough to stretch you. They're about momentum and moving you forward right now. The third step to your roadmap is your long-term vision. This is 3 to 5 years. So I'd like you to imagine your leadership 3 to 5 years from now. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be leading a department or a division? Serving on a board? Becoming a recognized thought leader in your field? How about create new opportunities for women and underrepresented groups? Your long term goals paint the big picture. They're not set in stone, but they give you a horizon to move towards, a direction for your leadership journey. With your values, strengths, and immediate goals, as well as your long term vision captured, you now have the framework for your personal leadership roadmap. Next, we're going to turn this into action by mapping out what the next 30, 60, and 90 days will look like. So, this is your 30, 60, 90-day action plan. Because big visions are powerful, but they can also feel overwhelming. And that's why leaders break them down into smaller, achievable steps. A 30, 60, 90 plan helps you build momentum by focusing on what you can do right now in the next few weeks or months. Think of this as your launch pad in 3 stages of intentional action. We're going to start with quick wins, the first 30 days. What can you commit to in the next 30 days that will immediately move your leadership forward? This could be as simple as reaching out to a potential mentor, scheduling a visibility opportunity that might be a team presentation or just attending a networking event. How about simply blocking time for reflection or journaling every week? These quick wins build confidence and create momentum. They're your first proof points. The next 30 days is about building habits. What systems or routines can you put into place within 60 days? Maybe it's beginning a new professional development course, joining or participating in a professional association. How about implementing a weekly one on one check in with your team? At 60 days, you're building consistency. These are actions that shift from being tasks into habits. And the final 30 days of your 90-day plan is for visible impact. What leadership actions can you take within 90 days that will show clear results to others? You can lead a new project or initiative, present to senior leadership, host a mentoring circle or a women's network event. Heck, you can even post in the Women's Leadership Support Network on a regular basis. By 90 days, your actions should not only strengthen you, but also be visible to your organization and your community. Next, we'll anchor your commitment by capturing your 3 biggest takeaways from the entire Women's Leadership series. So, as we close this session, it's time to step back and honor what you've learned. Growth comes when we take the time to name it, claim it, and commit to applying it. So, let's capture this. First, what's the single most important insight you've gained about yourself as a leader? Second, what strategy, tool, or framework from this series will you continue to use regularly? Finally, what commitment are you making today to step into your leadership more fully? These reflections aren't just words on paper, they're your personal leadership pledge, a declaration of who you are and how you will lead moving forward. I encourage you to keep this page somewhere visible in your office, your journal, or even as a photo on your phone as a daily reminder of the leader you're becoming. So you have this one-page template where you can write, I commit to leading with authenticity, courage, and impact. My 3 pledges are. Sign it, date it, and keep it handy. This isn't the end of your journey, it's the beginning of your next chapter as a leader. You've now completed all 12 sessions of the Women's Leadership Training Series. You've reflected deeply, gained new tools, and built a roadmap for your growth. But remember, leadership is not just about learning, it's about living what you've learned. Every time you speak up in a meeting, mentor another woman, challenge bias, or lead with authenticity, you're not just advancing yourself, you're opening doors for others. That's the ripple effect of leadership. And it's why your commitment matters, because your voice, your presence, and your influence don't stop with you. They echo forward into your workplace, your community, and into the next generation of women leaders. You are not just leaders of tomorrow. You are leaders of today. Watch us rise. As you carry your roadmap forward, I encourage you to revisit your leadership plan regularly. Share your journey with a trusted ally or mentor. And most importantly, bring others along with you. because this is how we continue to rise together. I can't thank you enough for committing to your growth, to your leadership, and to this movement. You're ready. Now go lead boldly and invite others to do so along with you.